Okay, we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Detox Dudes. Even though there's only one dude, and it's me. I suppose I'll throw on the old Insta Live as well. And would love to hear from you. How's your day going? Do a little Insta. All right. I'll go live for maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I'll just start talking about random stuff if you guys don't have any questions for me. Recently had some deep personal stuff go down, which has really cracked open my heart. So I'm feeling open-hearted. What's up, Instagrammers? Oh, this way's better. All right, so anybody have anything interesting to talk about? Please do let me know. Oh, I should close the bathroom door for the YouTube Live, eh? There's usually, thank you. There's usually a lot more comments going down. That helps me know what to chat about. For sure, you can't over detox. You got to make sure you take breaks. Over detoxing is going to cause as much cellular damage as having the toxin itself. So, yeah, anytime you feel like you're moving in the world of heart palpitations or anxiety or panic, you need a break. That's dope, Christopher. Has he been talking about me recently, or is that a while ago? I know a while ago he was talking about my work. Thank you, Christopher. And Nick, what's up, Mike? Spiritual class. Please tell us about your spiritual class. Well, my name is Josh. Thank you very much. Bonjour. Heal yourself. All right. I'll tune into what I should talk about. All right, let's talk about this concept of free will versus destiny. You know, there are different paths and different teachers that I've explored over the years, and they all have a different way of teaching, right? And one thing that I really appreciate in some teachers is that the ability. Does the pull-up bar damage the paint or the door jam? No. How do I stay in my flow with questions like that? I'm kidding. I appreciate the questions. Yeah, Kauai Pharmacy. That's how you get this shirt. Correct. So there are teachers who teach that you must learn how to make a choice in every avenue of your life, right? Basically, should you be with this person in a relationship? Well, then the answer is if you choose them, right? If you choose them, then yes, it's basically up to you, right? You see all of the circumstances, you see all of the pros and the cons and what works and what doesn't, and you choose them. And then essentially you choose them every single day. And that's what will allow you to stay in a relationship. You choose your partner, right? In any case, business partner, romantic relationship, right? Place that you should be living, house, etc. And you choose it. And hard for me to stay in my flow while reading these Insta and YouTube. So is this rant interesting to you guys, or should I switch it up and start answering these questions? What do you think? What do you think? I'm here for healing my chronic illness and relieve myself from suffering and pain and liberate myself for freedom. Oh. Okay, I'll keep going. All right. I got permission to keep going. All right. So, if you've ever been with a high-level mind teacher, the teachers that know how to train your mind, Sophie McLean is a very, very good example. I've had her on my channel. There is this energy, this wisdom that comes in of basically deconstructing the ego, deconstructing all of your bullshit to be able to choose what you want in your life, right? And the essence is that if you have a partner and you're questioning it and this and that and this and that, you're out of your power. Essentially, you choose one way or you choose the other, right? Anything else in between is you're out of your power, okay? So that's one way of putting it, right? And for instance, there was a YouTube video I did with Justin Patrick Pierce about my relationship, and he was explaining how basically the man is always searching for freedom and the woman is always searching for love. And the man's desire for freedom is endless, and anytime he finds himself in a relationship with a woman, he's going to consider it a prison, and he's going to want to break free and search for more freedom and more freedom and more freedom. And then of course, when he gets to the other side of that freedom, the thing that he wants is he craves exactly what he had. Okay. So that is in essence where you must, that's a type of line or a type of teaching where you choose, right? If something is if you're in a relationship, you have the power to basically choose the relationship, right? And then there's another school of thought, which is more in the line of a shamanic approach or a more spiritually surrendered approach, where there's something called destiny, or there's your timeline or your path or your trajectory, or there's people that you should and shouldn't be with. There's something around the line of the destiny of your soul, the destiny of your mission, the destiny of your purpose, right? And I can speak for myself. I've felt many times that I've wanted things down here on earth. My human body wants something. It's working. It feels like it's working. I want it. according to all of my devices here on earth. And then a part of my soul, okay, my spirit, a higher part, chooses something else. And it'll choose it abruptly, or it'll choose it slowly over time, or it'll destroy something that I currently have in my life, end something or make something happen so that doesn't happen, and alter my course and my trajectory in order to continue. Oh, just had a phone call. Continue my trajectory in order to move towards my destiny once again, right? And for me, in all of these situations that I've found myself in, I do find that I resonate more with the shamanic path, in that if I'm doing something that's not aligned with my highest soul intention, no matter how much I try to choose it, no matter how much I gather all of my strength and resources and try and choose it, there's another part of me that's stronger, that's more, that doesn't care about what my preferences are down here, that doesn't care that I particularly love this woman, that will do whatever it takes to continue me on the trajectory of my destiny, whatever that destiny may be, right? And this is really the line of teaching that I've most resonant with. It's like another split in spiritual New Age self-help teachings is like, are you the creator of everything, versus are we in a dance with the universe, or rather are we are we surrendered to God's will? Okay, so once on one side of teachings, there are plenty of teachers who will teach that you are the God, right? You are the ultimate manifester. You are the creator of everything. Everything that's happening in your life is a result of your creation. Your pain, your suffering, your job, your house, this, your that, your health. It's all up to you, and you're on manifesting all of it, right? That would be one end of the spectrum of these teachings. And then on the other end of the spectrum would be something like, the surrender experiment with Michael Singer, who basically said, I'm going to completely throw away all preferences. I'm going to pretend that I'm just some ant on this planet, and whatever comes my way, I will surrender to. Oh, God put this person at my door? Welcome, come in for dinner. God put this another person at my door? Hi, welcome. Okay, you're my girlfriend now. And then you just basically yield to whatever comes your way, right? And this is the constant questions that I ask myself in life. What is the ultimate truth in life? Are we dancing with God? Are we surrendered to God's will and we're merely a peon in this whole game? Okay. Are we the ultimate God, manifester, creator, and every single thing that happens in our life we ask for and we create, right? To me, my truth generally lies in the place of, we're dancing with the creator, and there's a part of us that's here on earth, and you think that this is all there is, you think that this is all there is to you, but there's a spirit and a soul to you, like a highest spirit, a highest soul, who really takes more of the shape of like an archetypal figure, like something like Shiva, right? Where it was just be like, let's say you're a man, right? But your soul is really like Shiva, and you're just godlike, and you have no form. You're not muscular, but you're just this. If you were to put it in 3D, it would be like this massively powerful. You're smoking, you're breathing fire, you're smoking from your own breath, just your breath and your power, and you're meditating, and you're burning the forest on fire with just a simple meditation, right? And that's actually the part of you that comes in, that essentially, if you can find that piece, we all have different archetypal pieces up there, you find that and you bring it in, and that's the goal of life. How do you bring in that highest essence into life, into the 3D? How do you speak from that place? How do you work from that place? How do your eyes carry the image of that being? Body feel compared to the essence of that being? To me, That's the ultimate goal in life, is to essentially incarnate all of that power, the deepest, the fucking strongest, most intense of your qualities, and then fuse it into the 3D human experience. I mean, I at one point I had a teacher who taught me that if had that happened overnight for someone, they would die. This body would literally fry if your soul just was able to incarnate overnight, right? For the mind and all of your nonsense and bullshit to all of a sudden be fully connected to your soul in one day, you'd be dead. Your body would literally just explode, right? That's how much power and force is in that highest part of your soul. And it takes a long time. In my understanding of life, it can take lifetimes, for certain this lifetime, to basically experience even a fraction of enlightenment, right? You can be devoted to spiritual work for this entire lifetime and still only achieve a fraction of enlightenment, whatever that word may be, right? So really, to me, what I understand about this life is that this life is a preparation for death. Okay, how do we have a good death? That is the ultimate essence of life. How to have a good death. Now, of course, life is always about joy and pleasure and experiences and whatnot. But ultimately, when I am stripped away of all of my bullshit, I'm left with one and only one goal, which is to have a good death. I would say right alongside that goal is to help humanity, right? To uplift humanity, to help save humanity. Because believe it or not, you may not understand this or know this. Maybe you do, because my viewers are fucking awesome and wise and badass, and it's amazing. But humanity is at risk, right? We can go about our day and have our Instagram and have our YouTube and have my food and my rebounder, and I can just be completely in a bubble, okay? In a bubble, ignoring the reality that humanity is at risk. Some would say Mother Earth is at risk, but Mother Earth would just shake us off, like shrug her shoulders and shake us off if she was at risk for, dying, so to speak, the Earth, right? So, so in essence, aside from uplifting humanity, when you look at every other goal, making money, having a wife, having kids, whatever, being famous, being a ruler, a leader, being whatever other goals you may have, okay? Whatever other ambitions you may have. At the end of the day, you don't have the hearse behind, you never see a hearse, okay? You never see a U-Haul behind a hearse, right? You never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. A hearse is basically one of those long black cars that holds your body in it when you're on your way to the funeral, when you're dead. You'll never see a U-Haul behind it. Why? Because they don't bury us with our things, okay? They don't bury us with our things. And when we go, I'm a believer that it's a trajectory towards something. The soul has this experience in life, and as we die, there's a trajectory towards something. And depending on where you are in the state of death is going to determine where you travel to next, right? So they talk about lost souls. A soul who is lost is someone who dies every single lifetime in a state of despair and agony and helplessness and drugs and addictions and whatever, right? And then, of course, whatever they're connected to And the forces that they're connected to, the forces that are guiding their life, are going to take them and plug them into this cycle, right? Whereas if you detach from the matrix, detach from the samskaras and the wounds, separate yourself from all of the traps and the bogus booby traps of the mind, and you connect to your essence, then you'll have a choice, and that's free will. The true free will is to disengage, to disarm all of the samskaras that are in your body from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime, the wounds, the deepest of wounds, to basically create space from them to then have a choice in where you travel. And when I say choice, imagine this on a macro level, this micro story on a macro level. You're driving and some dude cuts you off and gives you the finger and spits at your car. You are helpless to the fact of either swerving into him or cursing him off or giving him the finger or whatever. And then, you go into a rage and your rest of your hour is ruined. Or another example is from the book, Joshua Waitzkin, who talked about the Art of Learning is the name of the book. He said he watched as this woman, a car in New York City, splashed water on her, okay, or almost hit her in New York City, and she freaked out and she was yelling. And as she was yelling at the guy, samskarically charged, of course, had she seen the idiocy of standing there yelling at a car who was already driven away, who is completely impersonal, a person has no idea who she is. She took it personally. She reacted to the charge and she acted out of the charge. She got hit by a bus and killed instantly as she was yelling at the back of the car, right? And that is in essence where free will is on a spectrum, because had she worked on her samskaras, she could just take a moment in time and say, whoa, that was close. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I'm still alive. Gratitude. Holy shit, I'm grateful that that was close. Whoa, that bus could have just killed me. Oh my God, thank you, God. Right? Versus that samskaric darkness, if you will, that we all carry, where when something triggers us, it's just fire, breathing fire right in the direction of the thing that just hit us, right? Reaction, right? And of course, if you were an alien, or if anyone has any sort of peace inside, they'll completely see the idiocy of reacting, right? I used to get into street fights all the time, all the time. And actually, guys, I can give you a perfect example. This happened yesterday. I used to get into street fights all the time because someone would piss me off on the street, and the way he said immediately hooked into my ego, my wounds, my own doubt of myself, and my thoughts that this person just insulted me. If I don't react to them, I'm going to die, or I'm going to be less than, or I lose my pride. All in the world of the ego. Complete illusion. It's all completely an illusion. And each time I believe the illusion, beat the shit out of somebody. Believe it or not, I used to be a world-class fighter, even though I'm scrawny and skinny now. I gained some weight. Damn. A lot of people have been commenting on I'm too skinny. One YouTuber was like, I think you're eating too many beans. You're overly feminine. And I'm like, you know what? I think you're right. So I ate meat. And I'm going to start doing some workouts. You know what I'm saying? Look, I still got some muscle, baby. Yeah. I'm in good shape. All right. All right. Enough bullshit. So what I was talking about is, can someone help remind me? From detox dudes to Chad. I literally go from channeling the detox dude to like, was it the Chad? I need a reminder on this. Okay, street fight. Thank you. So in the moment of the street fight, right, someone would look at me the wrong way. And in my world at the time, if I didn't teach that person a lesson, I wasn't going to be able to sleep that night. If I didn't defend myself, I would be, for lack of a better word, a pussy. Okay? And that is the world that I operated in, and it was true for me. And I ended up beating up a lot of people. I got into 30, 40 different street fights. Okay? And in all of those, I could have lost my life. I could have gotten severely, severely injured. I did severely injure other people. And all of it was a trap. All of it. Now, granted, those experiences I'm grateful for and I'm stronger for, and you can never judge the way that you once were. But now where I'm at today, I see the complete, utter illusion of all of that, right? I don't need to have that experience. So yesterday, something happened on the road. I do believe it was probably a careless mistake on my end. I just went through something very deeply emotional a few days ago. So I probably wasn't the most present. And this guy was making a left, but he was like, I thought he was on his phone just standing there. I ended up going around him, and it was a clear street. It was all fine, but it totally pissed him off. And I wasn't even doing it out of a reaction. I was just like, I'm pretty aggressive on the road, So he ended up following me, pulling up next to me, opening his window. And in that instant, any other time that would happen, I'm full on, like literally grilling him, waiting for him to say what. I can tell you how this would have been even just 3 years ago, 2 years ago, right? Oh, you're opening your window? Really, motherfucker? What? Waiting for him to say the wrong thing. I'll put the car in park, Put the car in park. What? What's up? And then either, historically, believe it or not, even though I'm not really that physically of a threatening of a guy, people back down. They see that I'm a trained fighter, or they look at my ears, or, years ago I was much more jacked. and they usually, and historically it's just been like, he was driving a white Audi SUV. Okay. So that's been my normal reaction, right? My normal reaction, and easy for me. Like I don't even there's zero fear, there's just excitement. I'm just like, yeah, what's up? Like a gangster part of me comes online, put the car, fuck you. Come out of your car. I would get out of the car. I would just we'll go up to the window. What are you going to do? The fuck out, drive away. Right. And these things have happened. I'm not just being, I'm not explaining to you what would have happened. This is how I was in the world, right? This is what I did, right? Especially before my spiritual journey, okay? But to be honest with you, I've even gotten into some issues during my spiritual journey, right? Because the fighter in me was not deconstructed all the way, right? So in any case, that's obviously not a good quality. Right? That's obviously not a sustainable quality on this planet. I'm taking on this random fucking person's hatred and anger. Now my life and my karma is totally intertwined with his. And if I were to physically touch him, I can get arrested. I can get hurt. He could get hurt. We can get killed. Jail. I mean, anything can happen in that situation. At what reward? At what reward? So the best case scenario that ego voice wants, right? Put the car in park. Yeah, fuck you. Knock him out. Yeah. What's the word? Snaky, or when you're very insincere about something, love you, bro. Yeah, love you. Calm down, bro. Oh yeah, you're the man, right? Maybe sarcastic. I don't know the right word, but I was just sincerely in my heart. I was like, dude, just chill, bro. It's okay. Manipulative. Thank you. I was like, no, just chill, man. Just chill. I love you, brother. I love you, dude. Just chill. right? Facetious, manipulative, right? And I was sincere. And he was like, man, you're on your phone too? What the fuck? And drove away. Right? But there was nowhere for him to hook onto because I was sincerely in loving vibration, completely unreactive to him, completely, right? And so somehow this was going to tie into a bunch of different things. This was going to tie into Samskaras. In those moments, when you do enough work on yourself, you have free will. Similarly, at death, there's going to be things, just look at the Buddhist traditions in Tibetan Buddhism, they'll talk about all of the different realms and all of the different beings that will come to you as you die, right? The Tibetan Book of the Dead, check it out. You'll have all of these hell realm beings that come to you around you and they're surrounding you and you're going to go to hell, you're going to go to hell. Now, you have in those moments, without any work having been done, you're going to be in terror. Oh no, go away. No, don't take me there. I promise. Oh, fuck you. And you'll be reacting to this energy, right? And then, of course, you'll go exactly where it is you don't want to go. Whatever we resist, we persists, right? So decharging the samskaras allow us to see the hell realm and look at it. Wow, interesting. No thanks. No thanks. I'm going to go this way. Appreciate the offer. I'm going to go this way, right? Or for instance, 1 second. I just had a little tweak in my neck. Sometimes happens. I have to get it back in. Okay. So, geez, I lost my line. I need one word to remember where I was. Anybody? One word? Okay, so what I was saying was I need to deconstructing the direction you can take. Okay, so you are going to die, okay? Samskaras, not some scars. Samskaras. I'll type it for you. Samskaras. Okay. So the other thing to note is that when you don't have knowingness inside of you, okay? Knowingness, okay? So here's an example, all right? There's a book by Gabor Mate, and he talks about how there was these aphasiacs, okay? Aphasiacs, this disease where an individual got a stroke, and when they were finished with the stroke, their brain was permanently damaged in a way where they could know instantly when someone was lying, okay? They could assess the body language and the speech and where it came from, and know when someone had inner conflict with what they were speaking about. Okay, so inner conflict is one of those things that is just such a beautiful thing to see. You could potentially watch a YouTuber talk, and that you if you don't have vision, if you don't have deep intuition and knowingness about where their speech comes from, you have the YouTuber come on the channel, and say, "Hi guys, today we're a juice and a smoothie. My life is awesome, and I'm in Hawaii, and you need to be more like me, and I am totally healthy, vibrant, and free and enlightened. Namaste. Please follow me," right? And there's a part of you that's like, "Damn, this motherfucker is so bright and alive and clear. He's my guru," right? He's my guru, okay? What you don't have access to, if you don't have vision, and what's vision? Vision is essentially when your third eye merges with your senses, okay? Your third eye is not just visually, seeing auras and seeing things. Your third eye connects to all of your senses: touch, smell, vision, seeing, hearing, tasting, right? And when your third eye is activated, you're able to basically, like an aphasiac in Gabor Mate's book, the aphasiacs, the story goes that they were watching a president, I think it was Reagan, speak, and his famous speech, "I am not a crook," or whatever, or Nixon, right? And essentially, they would watch him speak, and all the aphasiacs were laughing while the rest of the population of the hospital was listening in sincerity. And the aphasiacs were all laughing like, do you see this fucking nonsense? Right? And again, they just had an innate gift, because their stroke killed a part of their brain, probably a part of their brain that, makes us so ignorant and stupid and gullible. So, point being, when you do the spiritual work on yourself and you really tune into another being on an energetic level, okay, you can smell when something has integrity versus when something has inner conflict. Okay, the words that I'm speaking right now, if you can feel, are words that I live by. I have no inner conflict right now. I'll talk to you about anything. Now, that's not to say I'm some sort of enlightened teacher and I'm the man because I have no inner conflict, but it's just an example of speaking from a place of no inner conflict, okay, versus speaking from a place of massive inner conflict. What would that be? Well, someone's energy, coming to you and saying, "Hi, how are you? So good to see you." But something inside of you is like, somehow this person reeks of hatred or anger, or they don't like you, but they're telling you, "Hi, so good to see you. Oh, hi," right? But somehow your body is like, "Whoa, I don't know who to respond to, the energy in your belly that doesn't like me, or the superficial facade that you're speaking to me from," right? So it's when you have discernment from the activation of your third eye and spiritual work and decharging samskaras and finding all of the bullshit inside of you, the bullshit games, and deactivating those games and those viruses, you're left with core essence of humanity, the core essence of the human experience. And when someone is not being authentic or genuine to their human experience. You know this for a fact. And when you can cultivate that knowingness, then and only then can you choose where you go at death. Why? Because at death, there will be many, many beings and pulls and different things trying to take you to different locations. Okay? False lights. A false light can come and say, "Come with me. I will bring you to heaven." But you tune into the being on an energetic level. Does the being have integrity? Do they carry truth, the truth of light? Okay? Do they carry the truth of God? Because the truth of God is in total, clear light. No manipulation, no seductiveness. Come with me, like porn, right? I will take you to heaven, even beaming with light. Oh my God, of course that's the being I want to go with. No. The being that will take you to where you want to go at death is the purity of truth. The purity of truth is quiet. It's not flashy. It's light. It's not manipulative. It has no agenda, right? Those are the beings that you want to follow at death, right? So all of this ties into, again, the concept of having a good death. That is why all of this spiritual work is so important, because having a good death requires discernment. Otherwise, you fall into the booby trap, right? Look at a documentary I really like, Holy Hell. Holy Hell, this guy who is an amazing spiritual technician. He had all these incredible abilities, and he was able to touch people's third eye, and they would awaken and go into these massive experiences. But he was raping them. He was homosexually raping all of his students. Okay. And you can look at the guy and just feel that there's no integrity there right from the beginning. I mean, my body is like repulsing the man, even though he's bright and shiny, because there's such a seductive quality to his energy. Right. So granted, getting seduced into that world and being raped by your teacher, and guys, that's an extreme example, obviously, is one way that actually is similar to what could happen at death. What can happen at death? The ultimate test. Your ultimate test will be at death. Where do you travel? Where do you choose? Are you going to buy into something flashy, or are you going to choose the purity of divine light? Right? So that's my rant. Life is having a good death. Right? One facet of life is to have a good death. So I hope you enjoyed the show. I think what I'm going to do is just go on my flow for these lives. Just do my flow. Unless I see an epic question, I'm just going to go on my flow, because right, it's that was just totally smooth, no thinking. All right, so I'll wait another minute, see if there's an awesome question, and if not, I'll leave it there. How do you know you missed something deep? Can you feel it? Wow, it's so interesting that you say that, because that was profundity. She can feel it. She can feel the depths of the teachings. Okay, guys, we'll leave it at that. Way more to come. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Peace.